Welcome back to my series where I read all of One Piece. Today we're going over the entirety of Volume 2. Speaking of, I'm gonna change up the series a tiny bit. I had 3 parts in the series before where I went across like 1/3 of Volume 1 each. And I initially wanted it to be like 1 volume per episode. And I think, yeah, while I really liked the previous parts, I think just condensing it down a little bit more for these is gonna make me progress better. Gonna make me actually wanna continue with the series at all, because I've been talking about the past volume so much. Each episode of it was like 40 minutes of footage, or like 1 hour. It was like 1 hour of footage, and then I cut it down to like 30 minutes, 40 minutes each, 20 minutes each, and that's too much. So today we're gonna condense it down a bit. Well, we start off, and yes, we start off where Luffy met Nami. So Luffy meets Nami, and Nami's like, "Hey, I'm a thief. You wanna join up with me? You're strong. You could be of help, really." And Luffy's like, kind of like, "Nah, I'm good. I'm not interested." And then Nami's going after him and it's like stopping him, and going off into her house, and they get to talking. Really, and Nami's like, "Hey, this buggy guy, he's like a lot of treasure, and I stole this map of him, how to get to the Grand Line." All right, and that's where Luffy is interested, because he's like, "Oh, you can read maps, so you know how to navigate." And Luffy is searching for a navigator because he and Zoro are lost at sea together. Like, Zoro can't even navigate left from right, and Luffy can't navigate at sea either. So yeah, they really need a navigator. And at the moment, Luffy's understanding, like, oh, Nami knows how to navigate, she knows how to read maps. But at that moment, Luffy's decided, okay, you are my new navigator. And she's like, "Oh, your new navigator? What do you mean?" "Yeah, for my pirate crew." And in that moment, Nami changes up. She's like, oh, you're a pirate. Oh, kind of like, oh, I hate pirates. It's like, but because Luffy is stronger than Nami, she is kind of then switching up on him and is tricking him. And what she does is basically she tricks him to come with her and distracts him and binds him up in a rope. I know, crazy feat by Nami here, beating Luffy kinda in a way, like underhandedly, but he is bound up, he is defenseless, he's not getting out of there, or at least if he could get out of there, he's not trying to, I guess, because in his mind he wants this person to be his navigator still. In this moment, you gotta understand this about Luffy. You gotta understand this. He is single-minded. If his mind is on a track, he's not getting off it. So he wants Nami as his navigator, and that's where he's gonna go. So Nami here does something, and I don't think it's a good plan. I must say, Nami's plan here, I don't think it's brilliant or great. Like everyone, it's like Nami is supposed to be like one of the smartest persons in all of the East Blue. And don't get me wrong, she's not stupid. But I don't think this plan is great. But what she does is she brings Luffy to Buggy. It's like, "Here, this is my ex-boss. He told me to like steal the map from you. I'm bringing back the map." She gives back the map to the Grand Line to Buggy and hands over the tied up Luffy. So now Luffy is ending up in a cage. He's getting locked up by Buggy in a cage, and he can't get out of there. He is gnawing at the cage with his teeth, trying his best to get out of the cage, but he's not getting out of there. So what Nami's plan is here, she now pretends to Buggy to be on his side and get on into his crew. She's like, "Oh, I want to be part of your crew, Captain Buggy, the great Captain Buggy." And we all know Buggy is the strongest being in all of One Piece. I made an entire video about that. Talk about that at some other time again. But yeah, she's like basically trying to get into his good graces, and her plan is to have them all drink a lot. To have all the pirates in the buggy crew get super drunk, get wasted, pass out, and then she's gonna get back the map and steal the treasure. But this doesn't come to fruition really. Like before they're all passed out, before they're all blackout drunk, Nami's like telling Buggy's like, oh, forget about this Luffy guy, forget all about him, just leave him in a cage there, it's fine. And Buggy's like, nah, that's not how we deal with stuff here. What we're gonna do, Buggy's telling her, is we're gonna load up this cannon and aim it at him. And you're gonna light the fuse. You're gonna kill him. You're gonna be the one to kill him. If you wanna be part of my crew, you gotta kill. And even though Nami hates Luffy simply for the fact of being a pirate and her hating pirates because of backstory stuff that's in this volume not explained yet, I know about of course, but it's not explained yet, so I'm not gonna go into too much. She hates pirates, but for her, like if she was to now kill Luffy while he's defenseless, just sitting there in a cage, that would equate her to being the same as the pirates. She would be on the same level as the pirates. That wouldn't make her any better as the pirates. So she's like, oh, in her thoughts, like, oh, I can't do this. I wouldn't be any better than them. And they're egging her on, and then there's just one dude coming up from Buggy Crew is like, yeah, you don't know how to light a cannon? Here, I'll show you. And he lights the fuse. And Luffy, in the cage, just telling Nami to be brave. And Nami's like, what do you mean be brave? Do you want me to blow you up? Is that being brave? And Luffy's like, nah, that's not brave. Being brave means doing something stupid. Something stupid, but something you stand for. Standing up for yourself. No matter if it's stupid. So she does. She knocks out the dude lighting the fuse and puts out the fuse. And in that moment she gets the entire Buggy Crew against her. And Nami, while she can fight a little bit, she is no match for them. So that is definitely something stupid to do. So in this moment they're all like, oh, okay, you're done now, you fucked up. So the several pirates start going after Nami, and right before they get to her, in comes Zoro and saves her basically. Cuts them down. And here we have Zoro just saving Nami. I actually opened on the right page instantly. Great. So after Zoro cut down Buggy's men, Buggy's like, alright, so you against this pirate hunter Zoro? And Zoro's like, I'm not pirate hunter anymore, but yeah, I am against you. I mean, you got my captain, my partner here in your cage, and I'm here to save him, so yeah, I'm against you. And Buggy's like, okay, alright, I'm gonna fight you. He's getting out some knives and weapons, and Zoro, seemingly, in this moment in the manga, cuts Buggy into several pieces. So if you don't know about Buggy's abilities, you're like, okay, fuck, this guy is dead, and so are everyone else. Like, oh my god, Zoro just cut him up. They're like the Nami and Luffy, everyone is like, Zoro just cut this dude up, and the Buggy's crew, they're all laughing, they're like giggling, they're like, and they're like, hey, why are these guys laughing? Like, what's so funny? He just cut up their captain. And in that moment, there's like a hand floating behind Zoro and stabs him right in the side. It's like, Zoro like dodges out of the way, but he still gets stabbed right in the side. And there we have the reveal of Buggy's separate devil fruit where he can just split his body apart, basically making him vulnerable against swordsmen, because if they cut him, he's just gonna separate right where they cut him. That's basically, apparently, it looks like built in the fruit right here. I have things to say about that ability and it being used against like a certain swordsman later in a war arc, but this is not the place for it, because this is volume 2 talk and that's not volume 2. Alright, so okay, so Zoro can do nothing to Buggy, it seems, because at least cut-wise, he can do nothing. Maybe Zoro would be able to hit him real hard, because Zoro is strong. And that would do something to Buggy. I would argue, actually, Zoro could just beat Buggy without his swords. Just fine, actually. Because Zoro is strong. Alright, so... then... we have them like, alright, Zoro's like really hurt and it's like, oh fuck. And what they're doing is taking the cannon that was aimed at Luffy and Zoro's just flipping it over in the other direction, aiming at Buggy and all his pirates, and they light the fuse for that cannon again. So the Buggy pirates, they have to go into cover, they have to go into hiding and get the fuck out of there. Distribution. Our 3 pirates, no, our 2 pirates and Nami, the thief, are now gonna be using to escape. How are they gonna do that with Luffy in the cage and they don't have the key yet? But Zoro, even while wounded, is just taking the entire cage onto his back and is carrying Luffy off in the cage and jumping from roof to roof, like not just walking off there, like he's jumping from roof to roof, getting out there fast, because in a few moments Buggy and his crew are gonna be after them. And Zoro can't, at least thinks in this moment, at least, oh, I can't hurt Buggy. It's like, I have no chance, I can't hurt Buggy, I need to figure something out first. Alright. Back to Buggy and his crew. After smoke is gone, they're basically are like, oh, where did they go? How did they get away? Where's the cage? Like, how's the cage gone? Like, you need 5 men to carry this cage. How can the cage be gone? And Buggy is calling for his first man. Moji, or however you pronounce his name. So in comes Moji on his giant tiger. The tiger's called Ricky. And he's like, what is it, Captain Buggy? And Buggy's like, hey, there's these guys, they ran off, get after them. Alright? So we cut to Zoro dragging the cage after him in the street. Nami's nowhere to be seen. And he's dragging the cage all the way until he can't anymore. It's like, oh, it's getting really heavy. I'm bleeding a lot. Like, oof. And they stopped right in front of a shop for pet food. And there's a dog sitting there. A really funny looking dog, small dog. And Luffy gets bitten by the dog, and it's like a whole comedic scene. He's like, oh, you stupid dog, or how dare you bite me? And in that moment, there's someone telling him to stop. And in comes the mayor of the town, Mayor Poodle, who looks like kind of like a dog himself. And we get this whole backstory for the dog, why the dog is here. It's like this pet store used to belong to his owner. And his owner died like 3 months ago in the hospital, and Luffy's like, oh, so he's still waiting for the owner. And the mayor is like, the mayor is like, nah, I don't think so. I think the dog knows he's not coming back. He's he's like that. The dog knows. That dog ain't dumb. Like, he knows, but he promised to his owner that he's gonna protect the store, so he's still sitting here protecting the store. And I'm like coming here into town once in a while, even though it's not safe, to feed him. Like everyone else in the town, they're like outside of town, hiding from the pirates, and I'm like the only one coming in here and feeding them. And it's like, your friend is bleeding really bad. You maybe want to lie down. So he gets Zorro to lie down in his house in a bed, and Zorro's resting in the mayor's house now. Okay. But after all that, there comes Motion. This is Tiger, and Luffy's like to the mayor, like, yeah, get out of here. And the mayor skedaddles off, and in comes the dude with this big tiger, and she's like, there you are, caught up to you. And he basically orders his lion to smash the cage, to kill Luffy, and the lion actually destroys the cage straight up. So that's kind of a feat, because Luffy couldn't get out of it easily, but the lion could destroy it, so he has destructive power. But later on you're gonna figure out it's kind of a glass cannon, to be honest, this lion, man. So, but he doesn't hit Luffy. Luffy's just jumping out of the cage. It's like, yeah, I'm free now, thank you. He's like, what do you mean free? It's like, and he orders his lion to hit Luffy, and the lion does hit Luffy. He shoots him through an entire building. The mayor watches this from safe distance. Nami just up. Oh yeah, in between all of that, there was also a scene where Nami came back to the mayor after Zoro let down, and Nami stole the key to the cage. I forgot about that. Nami stole the key to the cage. She was like, here's the key, and tries to hand Luffy the key, but the dog eats the key, and Luffy's like, oh, you stupid dog. Some more comedy scenes. So basically completely inconsequential, because the tiger destroys the cage. Nami and the mayor watch that from like a safe distance, and they watch Luffy getting punched by the lion through an entire building. The building crumbles. What they don't see is Luffy just getting back up on the other side of the building, being like, oh, all right. Like, the punch and flying through the entire building, the building crumbling up off him, did basically nothing to Luffy at all. But in the time Luffy takes to get back over the building, back to there, the Mosh and Ricky, the tiger, the lion, they were like, oh yeah, let's get you some dog food, get you some pet food from the store. This is a pet store after all, Ricky. Let's get you some food. And the dog attacks them and protects the building. So they steal food, because the dog obviously can stop them, and burn down the entire pet store, the pet food store. They burn down the entire building, leaving the beaten, bloodied dog in front of it, looking at the burnt building. And that's where Luffy is coming back, and he's like seeing the building burn, and he's like, all right, that was this dude, right? I get you. I'm gonna get him for you. Just you wait here. And Luffy goes after him. And it is not even close. Luffy is confronting him. He's like, are you back? You're still alive, man? And this is where Luffy reveals his devil fruit to the dude. And he uses a move where he just winds up his arms like and basically suplexes the tiger, but spinning him around like a bunch of times before that. And the tiger is one shot. Why do I keep saying tiger? It's a lion. lion. Alright. The lion is one shot and Luffy is real mad. Luffy is not happy. He ain't having it. He's like, you destroyed this dog's pet store. That's all he still had. And Luffy decks out Moji in one hit, one shot. Moji is one shot. And Luffy takes the pet food, or everything that was left, that the lion didn't just eat right away. They still had some, like one package of pet food, and takes it back to the dog. And Nami's like trying to stop him, is like being like, yeah, this is what pirates did. And the mayor stops Nami, and that's like, yeah, she like is angry at Luffy because he's a pirate, and a pirate just burnt down this building. But what she doesn't get is that Luffy is not that kind of pirate. And in this moment, she basically sees it. She sees Luffy go to the dog, and even though it's only a dog, like you could say it's just a dog. But Luffy goes to the dog and is like, hey, this is all I could save, man. But you should have it. It's yours, man. And he gives him the one package of dog food. And basically gives him something to still protect. And yeah, that's kind of a moment where Nami like realizes like, yeah, not all pirates are maybe the same. Like this is when Nami is like, oh, this guy is different than other pirates I know. Maybe not all pirates are the same. Not all pirates are bad. So now next, what we have basically is the mayor telling them all about how much this town means to him. That is his treasure, and that's like a theme in this entire volume before. Because we had like Luffy mentioned to Nami like in the beginning when the pirates attacked him and they got to his head, and he was like, hey, stop, that's my treasure, and he got really angry about it. Nami was like, what do you mean your treasure's like is there like a treasure map in there, in the head? Are you hiding jewels in that head? And Luffy was like, no, the head is my treasure. I got it from a friend. But Nami doesn't believe it. She's like, no, you must be hiding something inside of the head. And the mayor now here is telling them like how this town is his treasure, how they built the entire town together, how the town grew to like a bigger port town with everyone coming together and helping out each other, which was also something we had with the dog and the dog shop. The shop was the dog's treasure. He was protecting the shop as his treasure, not because there was necessary dog food or anything of value there, but because of what it meant to him. Not because of the monetary value, but because of what it meant. Protecting the shop, promising to his owner. Like it's all about treasure, really. It's like one string through all of this. It's like, what does treasure mean to you? What is your treasure? And to the mayor, this town is the treasure. And as he tells them about how the town is his treasure, we have a scene back at Buggy, and Moji is coming back to Buggy, and he's like reporting back to him, saying there's this guy and he also has a devil fruit and he beat him up, and Buggy gets mad. And what he does is he loads up his cannon with his biggest cannonball and just fires at the town, decimating the mayor's house. And mind you, Zoro is sleeping in there. And so the house is complete rubble and dust, and Zoro just gets out of the rubble and it's like, oh, this was a really not nice alarm, man. What the fuck? And the mayor's like, I had enough with these pirates. I can't stand it anymore. You guys are fighting over here. You guys are standing up for what you want to protect. I'm going to Buggy and I'm going to stop him. I'm putting a stop to this right now. I'm gonna fight. And Nami is not a fan of this because this mayor dude clearly stands no chance against the great Captain Buggy. Everyone knows Buggy is the greatest pirate of all. So this mayor dude basically is just going to his death, and Nami's like to Zoro and Luffy, like, why didn't you guys stop him? And they're just like smiling at each other, and it's like, yeah, he can do what he wants. It's his prerogative, really. So why would we stop him? And well, we cut to Buggy again, and the mayor arrives at the bar where Buggy is at, and he's like, you fucking asshole, I had enough, I'm gonna challenge you to a duel, Buggy. And here we have Kabashi, the juggler, the swordsman of the Buggy crew, come up and is like, hey, Captain Buggy, should I deal with this guy? And Buggy's like, nah, he challenged me, you step back. And Buggy is separating his hands and lifting up the mayor, choking him. Like, basically, it's over before it even started. Like, Buggy just uses his devil fruit ability. It's already over. It is instantly over. The mayor is choking, hanging in the air, being choked out by Buggy. And in comes Luffy, grabbing off the hand of the mayor's neck, and it's like, hey, you asshole, I'm gonna be dealing with you now that I'm out of the cage. I'm gonna kill you. No, he doesn't say that, but yeah, I'm gonna be the one dealing with you. And the mayor is like not having it. It's like, nah, this is my fight. I'm gonna be fighting him. And he tries to like storm at Buggy, and what Luffy does there is he decks the mayor out. And Nami's like, what the fuck, why did you do that for? And Luffy's just like, yeah, he was in the way. He's in the way. It's like, this is Luffy's moral system. And Zoro says something else. He's like, yeah, he's better. He was gonna run to his death. It's better he's knocked out than he gets to fight. And there it shows Luffy's moral system. It's like, he's not really a lot about talking. He's about actions. And yeah, he accepts that the mayor is his own man and everything. And Luffy's not a hero. So he's not gonna be big with words and like, nah, Mr. Mayor, let us do this. But he's gonna do it either way. But in the meantime, if the mayor gets in the way, he's gonna deck him out and just knock him out, like, quote unquote, like unharmful, so that he doesn't die. Like, not the most heroic thing, but also not like a bad pirate thing. Like, he's in between those, man. He's in between those. So we have Kabashi, the juggler, and that's basically the rest of the chapter is Kabashi's fight. I really liked Kabashi's fight in the anime when I was a kid. I thought it was kinda cool. I'm not gonna lie. Like, as a kid, I thought it was kinda cool. Reading it here in the manga, it wasn't that cool. Like, this guy, kind of an idiot. Yeah. So basically, what all he does here, we have Kabashi, and Zoro's like, hey, I'm gonna take this guy because he's a swordman. I'm a swordman. I'm gonna take this guy out. And Kabashi just does a bunch of tricks. Like, he spits fire into Zoro's face. He kicks him a bunch into the side where Buggy already hurt Zoro. So he abuses that wound over and over. And Nami's like, yeah, you coward, just keep attacking his wound. And eventually Zoro is just sitting like, yeah, I had enough. And Kabashi is like, you finally giving up. You got it. You finally done for, nah? Zoro, you see I'm the better swordman. It's like, nah. Zoro's like, nah, I had enough of your cheap tricks. You're not a real swordman, man. You just, with your throwing stuff, jumping around, being on your spinny wheel, cycle wheel, single wheel. Man, you are really just an idiot. So Zoro gets serious. He gets out all of his 3 swords and one-shots Kabashi. That's it. It is rather unceremoniously. He one-shots him, and after he one-shots him, he's like to Luffy, like, you know, I'm kinda bleeding a lot still from this wound. I'm gonna leave the rest to you. And he passes out. And that's the end of the volume, really, because at the end of the volume, it's like Kabashi's fight, and there's one scene where Buggy tries to interfere and Luffy stops him from interfering. He just steps on his hand. It's like, nah, that's a 1v1, that's between them. You stay out of this. I'm your enemy. And Luffy's just there watching this fight as well. Like, it is really like this honorable 1v1 thing, and Buggy ain't about that. Buggy is like underhanded and fighting with tricks and everything. So after Zoro passes out of the end of the chapter, the last thing is we have Buggy squaring up against Luffy, and they're like, alright, it's on. And that's how this volume ends. And next volume is gonna start with Buggy versus Luffy, and I'm really looking forward to that. So yeah, that's that. 1 volume down. Next video is gonna be volume 3. So making progress. See you next time.